on this computer. Okay, recording on this computer, and then I'll post this to YouTube and I'll email the link. Okay, do you want to, let's see, you just said you opened up Google Drive to take notes. I was trying to recall, actually, my first meeting ended half an hour early, so I moved us late, and then I've got to bike home. So this is me here with my kiddo's art. That's
Oh.
um, and so I was trying to remember on the bike ride home what our stated goal is. And do you remember?
Alumni workshop or not alumni poster.
So alumni poster, and this was in response to Rosina saying something about
Coding.
um,
More
coding, right?
coding. Yeah.
And if we can get like IPAC, let me just pull up what's the IPAC website. IPAC is just, oh gosh, IPAC, ipac.caltech.edu.
Yeah.
Um, and then Ursa, or actually it's Ursa that I want, right? Oh come on, Ursa, to see if the to see how we can integrate with the API. Yes. Okay. So I think I found some stuff here. Oh gosh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd my it's right here. Oh God, I'm losing my grip here. Okay, so it's something about coding broadly.
Yes.
Um, is that do you have more specifics than that in your head?
No.
Okay. Reasonable. Um, because when you worked on your project,
Hmm.
with Louisa, your team might have felt like it was is it that this is like a low is this like low hanging fruit, or is this like there were steps we did during the project that would have been beneficial if we had like a tool or
Um, I don't know, like I don't have a ton of coding background to be totally real with you, so I don't know how coding could have enhanced the project we were doing. Not saying that it couldn't. I just don't know the answer to that.
okay. um so what I had thought was that we would try to use, do you know what an API is?
No.
Okay, let me see if I do actually have this tab open. There it is. Okay. Um, so an API is an application program interface,
Okay.
um, which they say allows users to write software that can talk to Ursa software to carry out queries and download data with no user interaction.
Okay.
So I was thinking something like, when you were doing, so you guys did YSOs, I assume,
Hmm. Yeah.
um, because Louisa. Um, so I was thinking something about like working on writing some language, some code to go in to use the API to go into Ursa to do something. And that I felt like some of those steps that Louisa did were like she would like go to her computer and like type her code, and I'd like
Yeah.
to be able to explode that into something that we could share with people. Does that sound more?
Yeah,
Does that
yeah, I know a lot of her coding was to make the diagrams, the spectral diagrams and the color mags.
the SEDs and the color? Yeah,
That's it.
and she posted those to K2 clusters for you probably.
Yeah, I think so.
She made you a whole page, and
Yes.
it was like many collaborators and
Yes.
the
Yep.
the Louisa program, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I was thinking, I mean, so what I got the way I got to API was to go to documentation and then go to their services and thinking about, using serves data, right? Like this is the goal, is to like be able to do something that
Uh-huh.
lets you um to be able to do so to clarify some of the to make transparent some of the coding that Louisa did for us, which was totally within her purview.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so yes. Okay, I was hoping to hear from Rosina what she was thinking about this, because this is born out of her saying something at that closing event and then me
Yeah.
responding.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like I wonder if she had any ideas. Okay. Um, well, APIs are program-friendly interfaces. Um, the APIs allow users to write software that can talk to it. And so, okay, so then there are probably astronomical API. There are probably astronomical standards. So standard protocols. So I'm reading this like, do you know what
Yeah,
you?
I'm looking at it too.
Okay. Making it easier for users to access. We provide APIs that are more complex but not compliant with VO. Virtual Observatory. Okay. And we'd probably want to do. I don't know what IBE is, but
Uh,
let's see.
let's see.
Let's try Spectra. Let's see what happens here if I click this and see. Let's see what we get.
Simple.
Um,
Hmm.
let's keep clicking.
Yeah, simple
So
spectrum.
right, so it comes back to the table, and
Yeah.
that table will give you these and it tells you what these do. Okay, okay. So and then time collection, format, examples. Okay. Um, yeah, I guess we're gonna need some organizing structure on uh on what our goals of what our wants are. It sounds like
Yeah.
you do you know what your goals personally and what your wants would be
I
are?
mean, I'm pretty open. I'm just excited to keep doing this, so I'm pretty open on goals. So
Okay. Um, I think that one of the things that I've been pushing myself to do more of is more Python, more coding in Python. And I think that this would be really, I think that, plus, I mean, I heard Louisa talk about the fact that the language she codes in is called IDL. And her description is that's not the youngest of coding languages. And
no,
Python is
it's
sort of
not.
right, and Python's the it language of right now. And I think that as I want to push my students to using Python, I
Yeah.
should practice using Python myself.
Do you have
Um,
any resources for like learning Python or know of where I could start?
somewhere deep in the recesses of my brain, I would start at Blockly.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do is they're gonna no, it's at blockly.io. It's blockly.io. I'm pretty sure. Let me probably blockly.io. uh, blockly.io. Well, I guess I could just type to it, but is this it? No. Um,
It's not blocky?
no, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure it's. I'm not. No, I'm not. Nope.
Okay.
No, it's definitely Blockly, which is there's like a. I mean, I guess I could just try it on. I really don't want to click that Google one. Um, come on, just let me in. Just let me in. Um, no, it's like turtle or something with Blockly. Um, where's the one with the turtle? Okay, turtle. Yes, that I didn't spell right. Um, deep in the recesses of my brain. Yes, there we go. So if this one, so right now we're telling it to move forward by 100. So run program, great, it moved. Now this one should. This isn't the one. One of these
So
like lets you. Go ahead.
I do know how to block code. I just don't know
Okay,
how to write code.
so this is the key is that this some of these will then show you the Python.
Oh,
Right. So I'm looking for a specific one that like if we put, a loop in there like this, and
right.
then we did this, now you can see the Python code that corresponds to the block code.
Okay.
So I was looking for a tool that show that lets you show them side by side. I've used that in my classes like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and so this, right. So if you know how to block code, great. Then finding a way to translate that into Python is the thing to do.
Okay.
So like I can tell you that this double plus here
Yeah.
means take the variable that it's talking about, count, add one to it, and then save it again.
Okay.
So and this makes sense for a loop, right? Like for a loop, you need to know
Right.
how many times you should go. So set it equals 0. And then I guess do this for 10 times. I guess I don't understand this, the
It's
less
up
than symbol in this
in the
case.
block code. It repeats 10 times.
Yeah, yes, and then, but I don't understand therefore, right? For, as long as, right, so as long as the count is less than 10, repeat. So it says set this equal to 0, and then I guess, yeah, this means iterate. Double plus
Okay.
means iterate in Python.
Okay.
So we could do whatever. I mean, I have no idea. Oh yeah, I can do that. I've never used a square root in Python, but what does it look like? Okay, very much not hard.
Yeah.
Um, so looking for a Blockly
Okay.
that lets you show Python side by side. I mean, that's what I really should do. Blockly Python side by side. Well, okay, annoying. Um, okay, maybe that one was not the worst. Oof, I really didn't like that it wasn't side by side though. Does that give you, does that,
Yeah. Yeah, I can go from there.
okay. Um, I mean, this is the classic, like, I just showed you something that's like what we learned in math class is how to use the addition. And then the homework, this stuff that we're talking about here, is going to be
Yeah.
like multivariable calculus.
Yeah. A million times harder.
But I also think that having seen Python code would be helpful.
And
Okay,
I've done
so
I've done like I've done a little bit with Jupyter Notebook for my grad classes.
cool,
But like I'm pretty much just looking at the direction, the module and just typing it in. Like it's not making it myself, if that makes sense.
right. That,
So,
yeah, yes, which is what we're gonna do anyway. I mean, like that's how I use Python at this point anyway. Like I Google for the problem I'm stuck on, and I steal code from the internet. Like I'm using
yeah.
ChatGPT 4 to like write all my Python code at this point anyway.
Yeah.
Um, so we need a question, like we need a goal, so that we can use our learning of that process to get us to learning about Python in terms of Ursa.
Right.
Um, so what did you guys do? What did your team do last season?
We
Um,
we picked 5 regions of the sky and identified young stellar object candidates. And then we went through like all of the candidates and weeded it down to like the most likely candidates. So we had this like huge list to start, and then we narrowed it down and ended up with 100 something, 133 or something like that out of initially starting from like 700.
and you used the K2 clusters pages for each of those. You looked at the statistics and the AMCQ and the all of these things. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, I mean, simplistically, we could recreate Louisa's K2 clusters page from scratch. She uses Ursa data, like by definition.
Mm.
We could learn how she does the IDL stuff and like but do it in Python, and could be able to produce SEDs, like have it produce SEDs. Like I mean, that's not a bad goal. You
Okay.
write Python code with a goal of producing an SED for a given object.
Does that already exist?
I mean, you raise a valid question. That's the next thing we should find out. Um, it probably doesn't interface with,
Ursa.
yeah. Um,
Okay.
but that's what we should figure out.
Okay.
Um, Python Pybo. Okay, okay. Oh, a Python. Oh, wait. Go back to screen sharing here. This a Python-based SED builder for young start. Oops, not new window. You can't see it now. Python-based SED for we probably don't have access to this because Rage. Um, I mean, it's not exactly what we're looking for, but it's 2022. I think I saw
Yeah.
2021. Um,
Hmm.
Maybe it is what we're looking for. Oh goodness me. Gonna have to read the whole thing. Okay, well,
Hmm.
okay. I mean, I guess it's worth our time to read through this. If it exists, then we
Yeah.
should
Can you
start
share
with it.
a link to that
Yes,
the chat and I'll
yes,
put it in the Google Doc?
yes. Let's see. Yeah, we need a team name too, because Brojan and Luisa have broken me in the way that in a very good way of like I use Google email filters, and so we need a team name. I'm open to any ideas.
Um, oof. Give me time to think. Give me time to think.
Fine, fine.
Yeah.
Well,
So I wonder if their thing, the code they made, if that interfaces with Ursa.
yeah, I think that's what we have to find out. That's exactly the question we need to find out.
Come up with a snappy one word name. Interesting. Ooh, Starforge is good. I like that. Do you pay for this ChatGPT 4?
I pay for GPT-4. Yeah, I haven't yet made my school pay for it, but yes, I pay $20 a month for this because I just like it does Python. Like
Yeah.
I yeah. Um,
1 billion? Really?
mhm. It's supposed to be between 0 and 1, and some of these will be great. GalactiPy, like
GalactiPy. I like that. I like that.
um, I mean,
Oh,
uh, pretty sure Starlink is taken.
yeah. So,
Okay, I think we're not going to do better than GalactiPy.
I know. GalactiPy was good. All right,
Okay,
GalactiPy. All right.
all right.
I got you.
That's one of the more monstrous things I've done today.
All right. Sweet. Okay, so I guess homework would be to look through that GitHub.
Yeah,
Uh, and then how will I know that if it interfaces with Ursa or not?
I don't even know. I don't even know how I'm gonna know.
Are we aiming to present at the winter meeting?
There is no way I'm gonna be able to get my shit together to go to the winter meeting in Washington D.C.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that you guys can't, that our team can't. Like I would love to produce a poster, to be involved in a poster and work for the year to do this, but I just there's I can't. It conflicts with my work too much to fly to Washington D.C. and back during a work week.
Yeah.
But if you took our poster to AAS, that would be like amazing. It's you're
Well,
because
I
you're
mean,
in
well, I'm in PA, so it's a train ride for me. But I
right.
mean, like, are we looking to get this done by then, or do we want to like do it and go to like two winter meetings from, you know what I mean? Like the winter meeting in 2026. Like,
Um, I don't have a super strong opinion.
okay,
I think I don't know how big of a project this is or can be or will be.
okay,
I think if it's like October or if it's like August, September, and we're like, yeah, this is a year long project, like then absolutely we should present it this year
yeah,
or next year, whatever. Um, but if it's then and we're like, we should probably revise this or like whatever we need to do.
yeah.
Um, and it needs more time, like it needs more time. I don't know. I don't have a it's an unknown how big this project is to me. I also think there's a chance that like ooh, it's a 20-hour project. It could also be a 2,000-hour project, and I have no idea how to tell.
Right. Fair. Okay. Cool.
Would you have a preference? Do you have a goal? Do you have an ideal?
Uh, I mean, I'd like to present it at some point, but
Okay.
I'm not married to the next winter meeting.
Okay. The January 2026 meeting is in Phoenix, and I have way more capability to like duck out of school for 2 days. I mean, as Washington D.C. would be for you, right? Phoenix would be like it's
I
not
mean,
a
my
train.
school, if I involve my students, my school is very supportive.
Okay.
They want kids doing research, which is another question. Is this a student thing or is this just an us thing? Because I'm fine with either. I think I could get my school on board either way.
Um, if you have students that you think would benefit from doing this, I think they should be involved. But I think let's ask Rosina too. I think that yeah, I'm always pro. I'm totally pro working with students. It's why we choose to do this, right?
Yeah.
And it's good for me to learn. It's good for adults to learn the stuff too, and like it's nice to have a safe space to just like talk to adults about stuff.
Right,
Um,
right.
but but I also know that like if you're comfortable with it, I have I, I'm happy to work with anybody who wants to like you can either bring students on the call or you can present it on your own time to students
Okay.
or no students. Like I don't have a strong preference. Do I have students that would do this? I do have students that would do this. Realistically, I'm also doing another alumni NITAR project um, because my Varujan project from last year needs to continue. So I'm doing calls with them. So I'm not sure. I don't know how I'm going to like juggle student time or if I'm going to juggle student time. Um, but I think I do have coding interested students that would probably love to do this. That would probably run the program for me, and I think that'd be bad for me. But I also whatever, I don't care.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome. Well, do we think this like Wednesday at 2:30 time? I guess we should just email again about Wednesday at 2:30 to see if that's going to work.
Yeah, it's
Um,
good. It's good for me. So
okay, it generally is good for me. Uh, yeah, I think 2 weeks from today, then ish. See, 2 weeks from today, the
yeah.
27th. Should we try to meet again in 2 weeks? You think that's
Yeah.
going to work for you? Okay. All right. Well, I will post this video. I'll send an email. Do you want to respond with the note? Did you type any notes or not really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to just
Absolutely.
drop some in a note? Do you mind actually sending me a quick summary email because you have the notes and it takes a little while for the video to upload, and then I'll
Yeah, that's
just
fine.
email the link. Okay. Sweet. Awesome. Well, thanks for meeting me. Good to see you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Catch you later.
All right. See ya.